I just thought I'd share this little image of the view from my bedroom window this morning. And of course you can see the woodland has just thickened up and all the leaves are out, and even that beautiful green beech over there takes on a weeping effect at the very beginning of the leaf out. Well, as you can see from the way I've been dressed over the past few days, the weather has turned a bit. It's a little bit cooler. In fact, last night was pretty cold. So myself and Patsy have been indoors a little bit, sort of in and out, because, you know, the weather isn't completely trashed. It is actually still workable. But mainly indoors, doing a bit of tidying up, finishing cleaning all my windows on the inside. I did the outside the other day. And this. I'm creating a flower arrangement. And this is step one. I've cut some lovely pieces of copper beech. Added a stem, just one, of the Primula candelabra. And a cutting from a cotoneaster, which grows just here. Now, I'm not sure of the name of it, but it is a cotoneaster, as far as I know. 2 stems of the geum. Even though some of it's going over, I'm looking at the little seed heads and I think that they're quite beautiful as well. So they will last out in the vase. And a nice big chunk of red robin or photinia. It's just there in the middle. And to really get those beautiful bronzes and reds and oranges and pinks going, I put in a piece of dogwood, which is flowering at the moment. So that's a nice contrast. Now I've put some London Pride in the front. Some of it's pinker than the rest because of where it was grown. If it's grown in the shade, it goes a little bit paler, a little bit whiter. There we go. I think that's it, but I'm going to have a little wander around and see if there's anything else I want to add. Finally, 3 little oxeye daisies, the flowers of the sweet Sicily, and I think that's about it. Now I'm going to bring it into the cottage. So here it is, just sitting on top of the old Victorian pine chest, near the stove, but far enough away not to be dried up should I light the stove, which is probably not going to happen this side of the summer. And yeah, I think that looks rather lovely, don't you? Then, because the weather had turned a little bit, I was working under the verandas, and this I spied, well, I heard it first when I was under the veranda on the studio. Bees. How lucky am I? Well, as you can see, there's a little nest of bees occupied what was a little birdhouse last year. In fact, there was a thriving family, I think, of tits came out of that little house last year. So the moss was already, excuse me, the moss was already in there, of course. There's moss and obviously kind of nesting materials. And these little bees, and I don't even know what kind they are, so perhaps one of you brilliant subscribers can tell me. But these beautiful bees, and I think they're bees, yeah, they are bees, aren't they? Yeah, of course they are. They have taken over the little birdhouse. So it's very stormy here today. There's been a lot of rain, which has been more than welcome, I can tell you. You can see the way the trees are moving around up there, the oak tree and the cherry tree. There's a lot of gusts of wind, and I've just been out here tidying up and taking care of various plants, making sure that everything is pegged down and stabilised. Of course, the rain has only added to the sheer abundance here, so there's no complaints. I cannot complain. In fact, I don't think I ever complain really about the weather, because we need all kinds of weather to grow, don't we? Now, some of you may remember these beautiful poppies that come out year after year. They are perennial poppies, and I'm not going to tell you how they look, okay? Because those of you who haven't seen these open up before are going to be delighted, especially if I can get a little video of them on a sunny morning. There's the wood pigeons, they're very happy. I've been putting down lots of oats. There's a little bird over there, look, eating the oats. Just ordinary porridge oats. They seem very content with that. And I've also filled up the bird feeders with peanuts, simply because the first fledging has gone. So all those first time around baby birds are now, you know, fled the nest. They've fledged. And yeah, because it's nice and early in the season, I think these little birds are getting ready now for perhaps a second go at parenting. So they just need to have that extra care and food, you know? It all helps. And the reason why I say this is because, you know, people who say, oh, you shouldn't feed the birds, you know, during the summer. Well, we've taken just so much of their habitat that we need to keep feeding them. We need to keep encouraging them. We need to keep helping them in whatever way we can. Do you agree with me? There's my incredible, oh, it's pink, but it's all shades of pink and tinges of crimson and everything in those flowers. Rhododendron. I'll just let you have a look at it from inside the pergola. Doesn't that look lovely? Such a vibrant colour. Just sit down here on this little bench, and then you can see what I see when I'm in here working. Because I do take the laptop in here and I work just on the table. Sometimes I just have my tea in here, you know, or my coffee. And sometimes I dry things like that tablecloth that got a bit wet because it was outside. Peace and tranquility, eh? Now the grapevine is busy forming little bunches of grapes. Again, it looks to be a very good year for it. It's very healthy. Look at those trees. Sounds like the ocean, doesn't it? You'll find links to my books underneath this video in the description box. And here's some photographs of how Bealtaine Cottage looked at the very beginning of the Bealtaine project 20 years ago. I've done virtually all the work myself. I live on my own. I write for a living. And it's been 20 years, probably the best 20 years of my life that I've spent on this wonderful project, creating a 3-acre woodland, gardens, renovating the cottage and making it a good life.